you with Miami, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Honestly, I saw your on my like reels all the time.
Thank you.
Dude, I'm not gonna cap. The transgender is fucking hilarious.
Dude, it kills me. It
I
kills
slide
me.
through it and someone was like, "Are you the transgender lifter?" I was like, "Wait, what?" And I was like, "Nah, I'm."
Yeah. What's funny is it's all because of that shirt that I was wearing in that clip.
I looked at you and I was like, "Wait, that's not him." Have you've been here before, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
I used to come. I would get like day passes. I just got a membership like 3 days ago. Yeah. So.
Oh, it's solid, man.
Blaine, nice meeting you. I'll probably see you around.
Yeah.
Starting with preacher curls, or at least some preacher curl movements for our biceps. So I think I'll do 4 sets on here, and then we're actually going to go over to a new movement, which I'm not going to tell you what it is, but we'll show you that here in a second. Basically the same concept of a preacher curl, but starting with biceps. Now, I don't really want to work on my biceps. I want to emphasize my triceps more than my biceps. So typically, like, you would start with triceps or start with the muscle group you're trying to emphasize. But for some reason, just starting off the rip with triceps just doesn't feel right for me. So I like kind of doing the biceps first, even though I'm not really trying to emphasize them more. It just helps me kind of get the blood there so that triceps are a little more smooth. That depends on the person. Come on. Oh. No. What's up, man? How are you?
Doc.
Good.
Hey, Ben.
Good. What are you up to? What do you got today? Yeah? What do you got today? Arms? That's what I got too. Trying to kill out biceps right now. See ya. All right, so these look goofy and you might not want to do them. That's completely up to you. You might try them and not like them, but something different. You know, it's like the same concept of a preacher curl, but it feels different. The tension's a lot different. So you can use any grip. Sometimes people will use the mag grip, sort of, you know, close grip, pull down sort of deal, or the, you know, the row grip. I've used 2 handles before, which feels good. This feels good, just kind of this V-bar with the fat grips on here. But you know, just shows you, like, I don't really care. If it feels good, I don't care what I look like. Come on. All right, so what we're doing here, a little reverse grip. We should be good on buys after this. Now when I'm doing these, I'm thinking about kind of letting my arms stretch all the way out at the bottom. Very rarely do you get like a gnarly stretch on a breakout. So I'm okay with going a little bit wider and letting those hands be out here and really letting it like almost pull my shoulders forward and stretch the outside of that arm. And then when I'm squeezing up, I'm thinking about squeezing the outside of my bicep up into my side delt. It just helps me kind of have a good cue to hit this outside area. So big stretch here, you know, let those shoulders kind of relax and stretch out, and then boom, hard squeeze up into the side. All right, so that was, I think it was our fourth set in those. That put us at 12 sets. They want to do 16 in total, so we'll do, I think, 2 more here, and then we might just stay here and do, you know, just normal grip curls. Oh, 3 more. Okay, so now we're doing push downs, except we're doing it on a lat pull down machine. I don't know why. Maybe because of the pulley setup, but I did these the other day, and I actually learned them from the same kid that I worked out with, that 15-year-old. Homie knows a lot. So he showed me these. Basically what it is, you do it on the pull down machine with a pull down bar. You do as many as you can close, and then you spread it out. And for me, I feel a lot of long head when I go close. And then when I spread it out, because you're kind of like locking out like that, I feel a lot of it in the lateral head. So, I mean, try it, see it where you feel it. I think when I go outward, like I feel it not only in the lateral head, but even in the long head. But you know, when I come in tighter, it's more long. Here we go. Whew. Yep. 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 Come on. 3 more. Gotta lower that weight. Oh, good grief. Oh, good grief. All right, so I think we'll move on to an overhead movement, something to really get that gnarly stretch. And we might even come back to these because these feel so good. The pump's so insane. There's no point in switching it up. I've been trying to simplify things down so, you know, it's as tight of a workout as we can get, you know, just narrow it down to the things that feel the best for me. You know, it might not be the most effective things for you or feel the best for you, but trying to narrow it down to the workouts that feel the best for me. I'm being honest, these don't feel the craziest. I might just have to go lighter and, you know, keep in that spot where the tension is the most instead of, I feel like when I get to the bottom of this movement and when I get to the real top of the movement, there's not much, you know, not much to it. So it's literally just like right here. What's weird is like I've seen progress from these, but they've never really clicked, which is odd, but I think they're important, at least for the stretch. Oh, there we go. Now we're feeling it. Good. Come on, 3 more. Yeah, so these are for sure a lighter movement, more reps, kind of like the shoulders and calves. Now, as why that is, I'm not sure. Come on, 3 more. All right, I might have learned a little hack with those. Going a little heavier, you know, so on the last one we had 15, so we went up to 20s, put them together, pre-fatigue with that, with the weights together, and then, you know, 5 to 10 reps after single arm. I think the big issue with, you know, just doing single arm behind the head is it takes so long to get that fatigue. It's not to the end of that set that you actually feel it. So kind of pre-fatiguing with both of them behind the head, and then moving to single arm feels a little better. You know, triceps I'm really trying to figure out. Those push downs are really the only things that I've kind of gotten comfortable, like, or at least like I really find comfortable and get a good pump from. Bicep movements, I feel it on everything. The triceps are weird. It's kind of like, I always compare the tricep and arm, or the tricep and bicep to the legs. You know, like your hamstrings are your bicep or your leg. So those are really easy to pump up and get fatigued, but your quads can be a little more difficult to get pumped and fatigued. So your tricep is technically the quad of your arm. We'll go a little lighter. We'll do one more. We'll show you guys one more, and then we'll go post down. But we'll probably do 3 more. I was gonna move around, but like I said in my last arm day video, I gotta stop moving around so much. Like, just stay on the same machine. There we go. Come on, 3 more. All right, 2 more, but we'll go post down. I think I'm just gonna do the wide grip for 2 more sets, probably lower the weight, really get a hard squeeze, down and out, and then post. All right, you guys, fast forward a couple days. I'm actually editing the video right now, but I wanted to just kind of wrap the video up and tell you thank you for watching. You know, something I want to tell you guys, I went to church this morning because today is Sunday, and I wanted to tell you guys a little message that the pastor was talking about. And it was basically about, At least for me, the way I was kind of listening to it was it was kind of more towards men, but it could be for anyone, but kind of opening yourself up to Christ, being vulnerable to, letting him into your life. And as men, especially, it's hard for us to kind of let the guard down because we're always trying to act tough, right? Which is fine. We want to be the servant leaders. We want to be the tough guy. We want to be the person that takes care of our family. But at the same time, when you're looking for Christ to come into your life and to move and do miracles in your life, you need to be willing to let him in. Let me read something for you that he said today. So with this, one of the odd spots, right, with becoming a Christian is really worship, opening yourself up to worship, and then also talking to others about the gospel and talking about the goodness of Christ. So those two things can be kind of uncomfortable to do. And it takes a little to get out of your shell, but once you do, you open yourself up fully to Christ and what he has to offer for you. And you have ups and downs, but once you take that leap of faith, which it's a step of faith to start worshiping, not caring about what anyone else thinks, or to spread the gospel, not care about being in public, or just talk to your friends about it. So worshiping is kind of the main topic, and one of the hardest things you can do is just to, like, when you go to church, don't keep your hands in your pockets. When you go to church, just open up and not care about anyone else, not care about how hard your week was, not care about how uncomfortable you may feel, or how tough your day has been, because at the end of the day, it's not about you. And this is awesome here, what I wrote down during the service. It says worship isn't based on your character, it's based on God's character and how good he is. So it's not based on how bad your week was, it's not based on how bad your day was or how uncomfortable you may feel. You're there to worship, you're there to praise God. And we're praising his character, not yours. And that's one thing you have to kind of get over and understand, that you're there fully for him. Another thing I said here, you need to surrender. Be a man, do the tough things, face the uncomfortability, open your heart and worship. It's a step of faith. We spend our whole lives looking for something we had since day one. And I love this, like, be a man and just face the uncomfortability. A lot of people, even people in my family, have said, I like going to church and I really enjoy the church, but the whole raising hands thing just makes me uncomfortable. I really don't like that. You don't know what that is? That is conviction from the Holy Spirit. That is because deep down inside, you know that person is connecting on a different level. You know deep down inside that person does not care about anything else going on around them. They don't care what anyone thinks about them. You feel that. And I used to feel that way. I'd sit there with my hands in my pockets with my arms crossed and just kind of like vibe with the music. But you feel the uncomfortableness because you see these people really letting loose and letting their guard down. And that takes a leap of faith. So then you feel this like uncomfortableness in you because you know you should probably be doing that. You know that they are almost more of a man than you are, even if they're women. They've taken that leap of faith. They've had that confidence to just say, you know what? I don't care what anyone thinks about me. I'm going to let it loose. And that's why I always promote to you guys, because I know I have a large male following. I do have a female following, but I want to promote to you guys to, when it's in regards to your faith in following Christ, open up. The pastor also had another good example of this. He was talking about how we often go into church, looking for answers, and we say we're Christian and we ask God for favors. But then when we get to church or we get into prayer, we're often closed off. We don't want to open up to what he has for us. We don't want to let ourselves go and just be with him. And an example that the pastor gave of this is, like, he told a story of when his daughter hurt her elbow. She'd fallen or something and hurt her elbow. And she came to him like, Daddy, I hurt my elbow. Can you help me? And the minute he reached for her, she pulled away. And that's exactly what we do, is we seek the help. We want the answers. We want that change in our lives. But then the minute Christ reaches for us, we pull away. And
we need to just, lean into it. When you need Christ, you need Christ, and you shouldn't be pulling away from him. You should lean into him with praise and worship and just spreading the gospel. And that's one of the it's hard, dude. It's freaking hard because you want to feel like a man, but it's hard to like let yourself, just go. But that's going to wrap up today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed the arm workout. Murdered arms, keep things simple, and yeah, that's really it. Remember to love God, lift weights, and live life. We'll see you next time.